For those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr. K.O.A. I am a senior lecturer in the University of Ghana. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a visiting professor in other universities in the UK and Stellenbosch. I do multiple things, and the way I'm able to do 7 things at the same time is because I use certain principles of awareness, certain principles of sagacity, and those are the things that move me, and then other people are not able to understand. Now, some of you who are on this call, you will have certain things to happen in the next 1 month. You may have an exam that is approaching. You may have a research that you are doing. You may have a business that you are running. You may have a marriage that you are trying to build. You may have a relationship you are trying to mend. Whatever it is, what I'm about to share with you can cut you into pieces and open further doors for you to be able to handle the situation. You may even have a job that you want to progress in the job. You may have a financial difficulty you want to climb back. What I'm about to give you will unveil some superpowers of your brain and will help you to be able to now unleash your very own potential. Do you remember when we entered 2020? When we entered 2020 in January, nobody for once thought that the world was going to plunge itself into a quagmire of COVID-19. Nobody even anticipated it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it coming. And then boom, the entire world was plunged into a cacophony of pandemic. This pandemic swept everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you're in the United States. In fact, many more people died in the US than we could even ever imagine. The pandemic had no respect for age. It had no respect for wealth, for money, for intelligence, for anything. The pandemic didn't have any respect for anybody. Every single person was affected. So many thousands, hundreds of thousands of people died. Many lost their jobs. The hotel industry plummeted. Then we went into a lockdown. And in those lockdowns, a lot of people thought that 2021, everything will come to an end. People anticipated. So when we were moving from 2020, entering 2021, have you observed that a lot of people think that life is defined by the year? Some way, somehow, people wrongly think that as we are about to enter the next year, things must automatically be better. Have you observed that thing? It's like by magic, everything should be good because we are entering a new year. Please find the meaning of the word new. And you will notice that new is something that is happening for the first time. So there is nothing new about a new year when everything that is happening is the same thing that is happening. As we got nearer to 2021, people expected 2021 to be better. Unfortunately, the pandemic skyrocketed. Things went berserk. Things went haywire. The entire world even started going further. Unemployment went up again. Other diseases. Do you remember that we even had variants of the virus? The variants of the virus started coming up. Some were popping up in Israel. Some were popping up in Indonesia. Because people were not ready to accept the fact that you don't just expect things to be better, you make things better. You don't just wake up and live a life of joy. You create it, you design it, you prepare it. You don't wait for your marriage to be a fantastic fantabruta. You prepare it, you manage it, you nurture it. You don't just wake up and live a life of income. No, you prepare it, you nurture it. You don't just get up and get 6 A's and get 3.97 GPA. You don't just wake up and get all A's, passed all your exams. No. You design it. You prepare for it. You create it. And the same way it is with everything. People don't prepare. They don't prepare. They don't prepare. They assume. The lowest form of knowledge is assumption. They assume that things will be better. They hope that God will show his scratchy powers. They hope that everything is going to be cool, relax, give everything to God, give everything to God. And so they push everything to God and they leave themselves out of the equation. That is not how God works. When God put manna into the land of the Israelites had to get up, go collect the manna, bring the manna into their rooms, put it in a plate before they can eat it. When God created the Garden of Eden, he created it, but it has to be dressed. And who has to dress it? Adam and Eve has to dress it. You don't wake up and live a life of joy. You don't wake up and live a life of, you prepare it, you design it. If it's not working, you look for a mentor. You look for a giant whose shoulder you could stand on. You look for somebody who has grown through what you're about to grow through. You look for someone and then you learn the process. Then 2022, at the beginning, before we enter 2022, a lot of people thought that finally COVID-19 is done. And guess what? Russia, Ukraine changed the landscape of the world. Why don't we prepare for dark days? Why don't you prepare for darker times and wait for things to happen before we hedge against it? Russia-Ukraine started a war that has never been seen before in our current generation. Bombarded, killed people, and caused an increase in the prices of goods and services. Inflation went up. Every economy went down. The United States economy, the British economy, the European economy, African economy. Some are still reeling in blood. Some are sweating in blood because of the COVID-19 plus the Russian-Ukraine war. Because we don't prepare. We wait and wait for God to do things for us. But God has given you and I the wisdom and to be able to see things above. Wisdom is the ability to see what is obvious, even when it is a secret. Wisdom. It is the ability to see what is obvious, even when it's a secret. If you can see in your mind that you're going to have an A, if you can see in your mind that you're going to score all your exams, if you can see in your mind that your business is going to flourish, I'm telling you, wisdom will make you do something now. Wisdom will ginger you, will energize you, will make you do something now, because you could see ahead of time that things are going to happen the way you want it. But if you anticipate that things are going to be difficult, if you anticipate, if you can see, look, let me tell you, can you see, do you think that 2023 is going to be great? Is that what you think? Oh, Pele Chinkafa. Everything is going to be fun. 2023, everything. You see, that's the mindset. It's not. It's not. If you don't prepare for it, if you and I, if we don't sit down and prepare for the moment of pain or joy, I'm telling you, we will just face it. In Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6 to 11, King Solomon said, go and learn from the ants. The ant is one of the tiniest insects in the world. When there's flood, the flood can take articulators and wash them away. When there is flood, the flood can wash off buildings. And yet the ant, after a few days, will come out of the solid ground. Why? It's called wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to see what is obvious when it is still a secret. So as you embark on a journey of preparation towards an examination, towards your schooling or in your business, you've got to anticipate that there will be challenges, okay? You don't just sit down and wait and expect that everything will be cool, easy, easy peasy. No, it's not going to happen that way. In my life and in what I have read in the world, no one, no single one on this planet has ever been greater without adversity. No, I'm telling you, no one has been greater without adversity. Pain is yogurt. Pain creates gain. There is, you see, out of chaos comes adversities. And that is why you see people like Nelson Mandela. We talk about them very much every single time today. Nelson Mandela suffered, okay? He was in prison for 27 years in solitary confinement. You and I cannot survive that terrain. The reason why we talk about him is that because he endured his own torture state. And so when things come your way and they are tough, when they are hard, when they are difficult, eat them. Eat them, because they are the lifeline to your deadline. Have you heard of that medicine which is called Alafia bitters? Alafia bitters. Have you heard of that before? Alafia bitters. We used to take it, to help with our fever. Now that Alafia bitters, sometimes when you're about to take it, you must have a chewing gum or original hacks with you, because it's so bitter that if you don't get something to neutralize the bitterness. But that Alafia bitters is designed to help heal you, to the extent that if you're not even able to get it, you may die. Certain things in life are designed to be painful, but they are designed to be helpful. So when you have an examination, waiting, rearing its ugly hairs right there with you, you don't blame an outsider. Yes, there could be a situation where there will be a problem. For example, you may be doing a business and the people you are doing the business with, they are not working the way you want. It doesn't matter. You were created in the image of a creator. The creativity of his creation is creative. You have the power to move on despite the challenges. The challenges are designed as stumbling blocks to help you. Look, what story do you have if you don't go through that challenge? Okay. The business is not working the way you want, and so if you stop, what story do you have? What do you think 2023 is waiting for you for? What do you think? You think that things are going to be easy? That things are going to be fine? That God is going to bless you and will not bless somebody? We thought the same way in 2021. We thought the same way before the pandemic. Face it. You must do it. You have to do whatever you can to take yourself out of your current situation, your current academic situation, your business cycle situation, your financial hurdle, your spirituality, your marriage, whatever the situation is, you've got to face it, okay? Because I'm telling you, whether you do it or you don't do it, you will die. You will die. And many have died. Many people have died. You will die, whether you do it or not. So you must as well decide, chest up, tell yourself, come hell or high water, I am going to crack it. And today I'm going to give you 4 steps. 4 steps that you can use to overcome any present situation that you are going through. It's not a miracle. What I'm about to give it to you is tried and tested and verified. I'm going to give you those states so that you can face the challenge, because you see, there is something in your mind, and once your mind adjusts to, see, you ask people, do you think that if you go to America right now, people are not suffering? Is that what you think? Is that what you think, that people are not suffering in America? I was talking to a friend in New York University. They are struggling. Students are struggling. I was talking to people in Harvard University. I have a professor friend there. It is a struggle everywhere. I'm talking to people in UK. People are doing 14 jobs. It's not easy anywhere. It is hard everywhere. But your greatness is born out of that adversity. Look at Jesus Christ. It was tough. It was tough. It was tough. It was so difficult for him, to the extent that at some point he had to tell him that, Father, if it is possible, let this one pass by. It was difficult. But you see, out of the difficulty comes greatness. So you are going through that thing, you are complaining. You are complaining. What else can you do? No, hold on, please. Let's be real. A woman goes through 9 months of pregnancy. It's not simple, okay? On the day of delivery, the child can die. The woman can die. The woman can die. And yet, the woman has to go through that challenge. Come hell or high water. Why? Why would God do that? Why didn't God allow the woman to just go through 1 week of pregnancy and then that's it? Then the pain is over. Why does God, why? No, hold on. Why did God even allow he himself to go through pain? Or you think that God, even he himself, he doesn't go through pain? Is that how you think? He had to watch his own son die naked. He had to watch his own son out of the surface of the earth for 3 days. The most painful ordeal that God had to go through. Even God subjected himself to painful ordeal, okay? To chaotic ordeal. And you, a common floor member, a mortal man, a near Homo sapiens, like you and I, we don't want to go through pain. We don't want to endure pain. Even God, who could stop pain, went through pain to demonstrate that necessity is the mother of invention. When you go through it, you will succeed, come hell or high water. When you go through it, the Egyptians you see, you shall see no more. But some people, let me tell you, for some reason, some people, some way, somehow, want everything to be easy. But over the years, I have realized that things are never going to be easy. So what do? Adjust your mind, prepare the mind, design, create the mind to move in the direction of your most dominant thoughts. Prepare the mind that, look, I have seen over the years that things are not easy. Achievement is about you. Success is about other people. Legacy is about you, others, when you are dead. So knowing that things are not easy in this world, you have seen it. You have witnessed it. You have observed it ahead of time. So from now on, in your mind, decide that you are going to go all in before you go all out. That's what you got to do. You got to tell your mind that, look, I'm going to face this challenge. My boss is worrying me. My job is interrupting me. I'm still going to do it all. My job is not allowing me to combine schooling with learning, with job, with business. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to do it all. It is about time we straighten up our mind, because the more you expect things to be easier, the more things become difficult. So why don't you face the difficulty, okay? Why are you blaming external forces when the internal battle is in you? There's an African proverb that says that if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. We are our own enemies. Yes, there could be challenges. There could be COVID. There could be Russian-Ukraine war. Yes, you may be learning for exams. The lecture notes, you don't even understand. The lecturer has been teaching rough. The lecturer doesn't even teach well. Things are tough. Too much IH, too much exam. Yes, but I'll still do it. I'll still conquer it. Your mind is your winner. It is not whether the lecturer makes the thing easier or difficult. You are in charge. You are the panel of your own defense. I'm telling you. The world is in such a way that it's never going to be easy again. It's not even easy for a newborn baby who has not sinned. Have you observed that? It's not easy. When that newborn baby who has not sinned has to walk, that newborn baby must walk, at all must walk. The newborn baby must walk. The newborn baby has to walk. The newborn baby must go through the situation he has to go through. Please, can you hear me? I want to be sure that you can hear me. I want to be sure that you can hear me, because today I just want to give you the 4 antidotes that is going to help you to be able to move 33 times ahead of your current situation. Fantastic. So now listen, I'm going to, for some reason, my microphone, my video is off, but it's not going to stop us from giving you the 4 antidotes. If you follow the antidotes I'm about to give you, listen to me, this is what's going to happen. You will pass all your exams. You'll be able to do all your research. You'll be able to combine your job, your business, and your learning. Your business is going to flourish. I'm telling you, if you follow what I'm about to give you, 4 tips, your business will flourish to the extent that you will not understand. You will get A's to the extent that you will not even understand. If you follow the principles I'm about to vomit out to you. Because life, write this down, life does not reward you according to your effort. Life rewards you according to the quality of your thought, according to the quality of your definitions. So begin to know that it's not that things are difficult. It's not. It is that you do not have the quality of knowledge to make it easier. You do not have the quality of knowledge, okay, quality knowledge to be able to make it easier. Today, I'm going to give you 4 tips that will help you in your current job or whatever the marriage. See, some people are in a very tough marriage. What very discombobulated marriage, like the marriage is not working the way they wanted it. Things are rough, things are bizarre, things are unexpected, things are not working the way they had always wanted it to work. That doesn't matter. Some are currently in financial discontinuity. Some are in a quagmire of financial difficulty. They are in a quagmire of financial headache. Some people, the inflation rate has made our currency so bad that some people, even if they are paid 1,000, it's like they have been paid 500. I'm going to show you a way that you can use your mind alone and your action to be able to handle many of these things. If you are struggling, see, I see a lot of people are under stress. So many people are under stress. It's because they don't need psychiatric advice. What they need is a paradigm shift. And today I'm going to give you 4 of them. Okay? Because of the time, I'm going to start quickly. Number 1. You cannot rely on God without taking action. Follow me. Follow me what I'm about to do. Because we rely on God too much. But whatever help God is going to help you, He has already helped you. So listen, you cannot rely on God without taking action, because the very action you take is an indication that you are relying on God. Let me repeat that. The very action you take, if you take an action, what it means is that you are relying on God, because God gives you strength. He does not take away this challenge. God gives you strength, Opele. He gives you strength to be able to go through. So if you are learning, God will help you if you learn more. If you learn more, you don't understand, but you are learning, but you don't understand, but you are learning, but you don't understand. He will eventually make you understand. Because you know why? Because God wants you to do more, and then He will add His own. Because He has already added His own. You just don't see it. If you are doing a business and you want customers, your job is to pick up your phone and make the calls. You got it good. You got to pick up the phone and make the call. Keep doing the calls. Keep doing the calls. Keep doing the calls. It doesn't matter whether people listen to you or they don't listen to you. It doesn't matter whether people hear or they don't hear. What you got to do is to understand that God has already done His own. Yours is to do your part. So first point, you cannot rely on God without taking action, because the very action you are taking is an indication that you are relying on God. Faith without action is dead. Full stop. If you don't believe me, don't take the action. And what will happen in your exams? You will fail. If you don't believe me, take the action. It doesn't matter whether you don't even understand, still take the action. And trust me, you will pass every subject and you will get A in every subject. That is how life is designed. Life is not designed to be easy. A baby who is born tomorrow is not going to find life easy, even though that baby has not sinned. That baby must fall down. That baby can die. That baby needs support. Life is not designed to be easy, especially after the death of Adam. Take it from me. You see, one of the things life doesn't like is this. Life doesn't like it when you actually don't want to face life. I want to repeat that. Life doesn't like it. I don't know what my video is doing here because I really wanted you guys to see. Because the way my eyes are acting, and life does not like it when you don't face life. You gotta face life, okay? Life is hard. Now put this down. If you do what is easy, your life will be difficult. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, if you do what is hard, coming over and over again, going up and down over and again, if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. I learned this long time ago. And so I never expect things to be easy. I have always expected things to be very hard. I have expected things to be hard. And the harder it is, the happier I am. You know why? Because I know that if it is hard, it is going to be, because I've seen that in this world that we are, it is hard. It was hard for even Jesus with all his powers. And it is hard for a child with no power. So if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. So do not expect God to do everything for you. You cannot rely on God without taking action, because the very action you take is an indication that you are relying on God. That's point number one. Point number two, decide clearly what you want to do by writing it down. Decide that tomorrow I want to do A, I want to do B, because I'm telling you, Opele, 2022 is going, it's finishing. What have you done? What have you done? 2023 will come. It's coming. It's there. Here we are. Don't wait till 31st night before you pray to God to give you some supernatural intercontinental ballistic Kosovoic missiles. God has already given you every single power that you need now. Utilize it. Use it. Seek an intervention from a mentor to guide you in that. So the second point is that you've got to write down every activity that must be done every day that will generate the benefit you are looking for. So if you are looking for A in your exam, you got to learn like an A student. A students don't learn small hours. A students, they learn more than 8 hours a day. I'm telling you, that is how life is designed. If you want to have more, you've got to do more. And if you have to do more, you've got to become more, okay? Appear on the paper will not happen on the paper, even when you go write exams. If you're a business person, you have to write down the number of calls you're going to make, the number of knowledge you're going to learn, the number of activities you have to do. Write it down. I will learn. See, you got to write it down. You see, your brain, once you write the thing down, your brain activates 47% just by writing it down. Just by writing it down, your brain will activate itself by 47%. So if you have to learn, how many hours do you have to learn today? Don't sleep. Yes, it's going to be difficult. You're going to go to work. Yes, I know it's hard, it's difficult. Yes, I know. If your dream is big, if your dream is big enough, the fact don't matter. I didn't say it's not a fact that you have 11 children. It's a fact. I didn't say it's not a fact that you are working and learning at the same time. It's a fact. And it is also a fact that people are not listening to you as you call people to do your business with them. It's a fact that you don't know which way to go. It is a fact that you don't even have money to move around. It's a fact that your salary is small. It's a fact that it's light up. It's a fact that you don't understand what you are doing. It's a fact it's difficult. But if your dream is big, if your dream is big enough, obey. If your dream is gargantuan enough, a tall like the Burj Khalifa, if your dream is big enough, the fact that it's hard doesn't matter. The fact that is hard is irrelevant. I'm telling you. Because nobody on this planet will ever achieve whatever and sustain it unless the person has gone through the real meal, the pain of Odyssey. So that's number 2. Write down every activity you've got to do the next day, the next 2 days, the next 1 week. Write it down and then go check it. If you are working, let me tell you some secret. If you are working 8 hours a day, you can still do your business 8 hours a day. If you are working 8 hours a day, you can still learn at your academic and pass your exams with 8 hours a day. Because you have 24 hours a day. And you have another 8 hours left that you can use to sleep. But please cannot sleep more than 5 hours now because you're on a mission. Okay? You are on a mission to a vision. The stock market has opened in Los Angeles. The Tokyo Stock Exchange is about to open. And it is 1 a.m. in Africa. You can't sleep, my friend. The world is moving. With or without you. People will die. With or without you. So come on, wake up. Wake up and carry your own torture stake. God has blessed you already. The evidence that he has blessed you already is why he wants you to carry your own torture stake. Christ has to carry his own torture stake. Carry your own and carry it with joy and face the death. Because believe you me, whether you do it or you don't do it, you will die. Whether we do or we don't do, we will die. So that's number 2. Number 3, the next thing to be able to do to succeed in whatever challenge you are going through is that you have to associate yourself with the right people who will lead you to the very destination that you are looking for. You got to associate. So if you are learning, you cannot learn alone. No. If you are doing the business, if you are learning, if you are doing your job, you can't do it alone. You cannot run alone. It's not possible. It's not possible. You can't. You can't. At some point, Christ has to beg God, please, I beg you, help me, help me, help me. You got to have a right association. You got to seek support. You got to cry for support. Sometimes some of us are suffering inside. Why are you doing that to yourself, Ope? Why? You are suffering for nothing. You die, oh. You die. Stop that. You don't know how to move the next step. Why are you sitting down there? There are some people on your contact list. They are the people you don't have to talk with such people. Cut them off. There are some negative people in your life. The only time they call you is when they are funerals. There are some people, they've never approached you before. They've never even WhatsApped you with hello until they have an obituary. Why? When there is a wedding, they won't call you. When there's a party, they won't call you. When there's something good, they'll only call you. They only look for you when they need money, when they are collected, when there is a funeral, when there is death. Watch your association. Even if they are family members, there are some family members, they can worry. Look, the most important people in your family are your nuclear family and your parents. The most important people in your family are the nuclear family and your parents. Other extended people, sometimes they come with their witchcraft and other mentality. There's some people you got to cut them off. Some friends, take them out of your life. Those friends, you have so many people on your contact list, and none of them can help you to pass. None of them can help you build your business. Cut them off. That is number 3. Your association will define. You are the average of the 5 people you associate with. If the 5 people you associate with are not people you are learning every day from, you are in trouble. You say that. You are in trouble, proper trouble, because such people will lead you into a quagmire of mediocrity. So watch the 5 closest people around you now. Are they building you up? Are they giving you positivism? Are they telling you keep going? Are they giving you ways you can keep going? Are they teaching you? Are they teaching you? Are they teaching you? If these people are not, why do you have their numbers? Look, there are some people you have their numbers. You have had their numbers for years. For years. You don't even know why you have their numbers. Sometimes some of those people, you have to just delete their numbers before everything starts getting better in life. Because until you delete some of these people, their numbers from your contact, every time they are bringing negativities into your life. You meet them, no, they don't even have any better sentence to say. Or they will say, You meet them, or the first thing they will say, it's not easy. How can you have such people's contact? How can you move on in life when you have negative-minded witchcraft mentality kind of people like that? Watch your association. You are the average of the 5 people that you associate yourself. Number 4, you must take painful action after writing your activities down. When you write your activities down, take painful action to do them. You do not want a situation where you will document something that I need to study between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. and you don't take that action. The action you have to take is that sometimes you have to wake up at dawn and take your book and read and acquire knowledge. You have to watch the videos. You have to attend the trainings. You have to attend the meeting. You have to organize yourself. You've got to take the action, because life will reward you according to the quality of the actions that you take. In addition to that very point, in fact, let me just mention this before we move on. Okay. In addition to that point, so please take the action. The 5th and the final point that you have to do is the most important thing. And it is this. Invest in these 3 things. Invest in your effort. Invest in your time. Invest your money. I want to repeat them. Invest your effort. Invest your time. Invest your money. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, why some people consistently do not do well in so many things. And it is because sometimes they have to take a painful effort, invest some huge physical effort to be able to move to the next step. So they may have to take a car and drive from one place to the other. They may have to stay overnight and do certain things, hard time. And they are complaining of taking that effort. Meanwhile, the very thing that will make them pass through successfully is taking that very effort. And so you do not want to take that very effort. Meanwhile, that is your lifeline. Take and invest your effort into the things that you want to do. The next one is that invest your time. Time is a resource. See, Anything that is called value is anything that is useful to the user. The reason why we have time is because your life is measured in time. Your life, this your life that you're living in, is measured in time. So you got to take time seriously. Invest your time in the job you are doing, in the business you are doing, in the learning that you are doing. Invest your time. Now that will mean that if you don't have time, it's simply because you are sleeping too much. If you tell me that because of your job, you don't have time to build your business and to build your learning, your academic learning, you don't have time, then it means that you are sleeping too much, because your job is 8 hours. And after that 8 hours, you have 16 hours. 16 hours. Okay. Why? 16 hours. The ant has 16 hours left, like you have. The ant can dig and go down, and it will snow for 4 months. The snow will be like 12, feet high, and the ant will be down there during the snow time and wait until summertime. Then during the summertime, the ant will work because it's expecting winter time. And during the winter time, the ant will work for the summertime. Life does not reward you according to your definition, but according to the quality of your thinking. So invest your time in the action that you want to take. If you have to learn mad. You will never die. If somebody says that you will die, you won't die. And that will mean that you have to cut down some of the time you sleep. Some of us sleep too much. For about 13 years, I was not sleeping more than 3 hours. For about 30, it was in 2016 that I started sleeping more than 3 hours. After getting my adenosine triphosphate. That was when I started, and my ribosome. That was when I started, eating, sleeping more than 3 hours. But before then, 13 years, I was sleeping less than 3 hours. People say you will die. You won't die. Let me tell you why you won't die. Let me tell you. You see, when you have something better doing and you are not sleeping, you won't die. When people who play footballers, when the footballers are enjoying playing the football, they call them borugbe. They don't die. When you're enjoying doing something, it doesn't even look like you are working. No, I'm telling you. When you enjoy doing it, and how can you enjoy doing it? You can enjoy doing it after doing it consistently, non-stop for 21 days. The only thing in between is when you sleep. When you consistently do the thing for 21 days, your body releases dopamine. Your body releases oxytocin. Your body releases serotonin. Your body releases endorphin. Your excitement in your brain, your hypothalamus information are transmitted through the cerebral cortex into the thalamus. You become excited about what you are learning, and it begins to help you. It helps you in your finances. It helps you in your spirituality. It helps you in your knowledge and wisdom. You are able to think and you're able to face any challenge. I'm telling you, this is life's protocol that you got to follow. The last investment is invest in your money. There are some people, when they are doing something and it's not working, they think that it is the thing that doesn't work. They don't know that they don't have the quality knowledge, okay, to be able to make the thing work. So for example, when they are playing football and they are not scoring, they don't say that I'm not able to score. They say that this football doesn't work. When they are doing business and the business is not yielding money in the way they want, they say that the business is not good. Meanwhile, that same business, somebody else will take that same business and will be earning over 100 times what they were earning. So it's not a business that is not good. When some people are learning a subject, they say that the subject is difficult. But that same subject that is difficult, another person will take the subject and will learn. And then they will say that, oh, because that person is single and I'm double. But your brain creates stumbling blocks for you to be able to even move on. Let me tell you something. Nobody is born smart. Nobody is born wealthy. Nobody is born hardworking. Nobody is born diligent. You manifest it. You create it. You design it. You are authority of it. You learn it. You learn it. You can learn your way to become whatever you want to become. So to do that, you have to pay someone. Sometimes you have to take money and pay someone who will help you to navigate around the problem you're going through. You cannot sit down all the time. Some people do not want to invest money into their own life. Do you know what they will do? They will invest so much money into their house. They will invest so much money into buying a car. They will invest so much money into buying iPhone Pro 14 Pro Max, or whatever they call it. They will invest so much money into that, but they will not invest. See, how can you invest into things that are outside of you instead of investing into things inside of you? You are the architect of your path. Anything that you are investing so much in, which is outside of you, you are towing a death toll path. If there is anything you have to invest in, is you, your brain, your mind. Invest in your mind. Invest in your mind. Pay someone to guide you through the ordeal that you are going through. If you have to, I have to pay someone. After my PhD, I had to pay someone $15,000 to guide me to navigate around whatever challenge I'm going through in my business, in my life. I had to do it. Okay, I had to do it. You got to do it. If you do, you will by no means fail in that adventure that you are taking. Now, put this down, because I'm coming to the end of my discussion today. Put this down. If your dream is big enough, the facts don't count. Second, put this down. You can always do more than you can always do. You can always do more than you can always do. You can always do more. Always. You can always do more than you can always do. I'm telling you, you always think that you can't do more. You've done enough. You have not. God has put a certain things into your brain that your capacity to do more is beyond. According to research, we have not even utilized 10% of our cerebral capacity. We have not used even 10%. The only mammal on the earth that has used the greatest percentage of its cerebral capacity are dolphins. You can always do more than you can always do. And never ever say, I have more time. 2023 is coming. Never say, I have more time. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is that how you were 10 years ago? For example, there are some ladies, they always say, for example, that they have more time to marry. When they are 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, they say, I have more time. And then when they get a job, and then in the job place that they are, they see a lot of other women. And those other women are all married with children. The women are not talking about boyfriends and girlfriends anymore. They're talking about my child, my husband, my child, my husband. Then these people now begin to realize that, hey, life and time are running. I got to settle down. By that time, they bypass 30 years, they bypass 35 years. Then now they realize that life is getting too much. Hey, I need to get married. Time is gone. And sometimes if they don't take care, some of them can become buy one, get one free. The reason is because they think they have time. You think you have time. You don't have time. You are on a mission to a vision. You don't have time. A time is coming, you cannot walk the way you are walking. This is a time you have strength. A time will come, you cannot walk. You will have some hypertension, diabetes, joint aches, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, and other problems. Life is not waiting for you. Life is going on. Get it done. You must do it. You must do it now. Because life is not waiting for you. Time is not waiting for you. Because your effort will diminish at some point in time. You will have so many children at some point in time. If you are single, get ready. Get ready. Because a time is coming, you will have doubles and triples and things around you. You'll be so much frustrated. I'm telling you. Do it now. You don't have time. You don't have time. You have an expiry date. You have an expiry date coming. You got to do it and leave a proper legacy for your children. The final thing is this. Have a backup no matter what you are doing. You see, if you are learning in an academic environment, have a backup. Don't wait for an exam before you have a backup. The moment you start learning, have a backup, someone that you will be calling, you will be contacting to guide you. If you're doing a business, don't do it alone. Have a backup, someone who will be guiding you. If you're working and things are not going the way you want, have a backup so that things will help you. Have a backup. If you're doing only a business, have another business as a backup. Dark times can come. Dark moments can hit you. Things can be tougher. Have a guide, have a backup, because life will teach you. You see, one of the things life will test you with is this. Life will tell you that, do you want it? That's what life will ask you first. Life will ask you that, Abigail, Belinda, Bernard, do you want it? Life will ask you. And obviously, you're going to say what? Yes, I want it. Okay. Then life will ask you that, Bondo, do you really want it? And then you say, oh, yes, I really want it. Then Philip, life will ask you that, do you truly, truly want it? And then you will say that, oh, yes, I really, really want it. Then Philip, life will ask you, really, really, you want it? Jump. Jump, 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 jump. And when you look at the height of where you are jumping from, and then the depth of where you are jumping to, you tell life that, please, I don't have time. I don't have effort. I can't do this now. If you truly love your children, have a backup. When you're learning, have a backup. When you're researching, have a backup on what when you're doing a job, never in your life do a single job. Have a backup business on the side, because life will slap you. Sometimes some people, their jobs are even what is not helping them to move on in life. Their jobs are so frustrating. They're getting the money, but they're not even happy. Life will slap you. Have a backup. There are some people during the COVID, that was when they realized that they could not rely on a single job, not even on a single business. You need multiple businesses, multiple things. Have a backup until the dark times happen. Because if you don't, you will die. If you do, you will also die. So what will you do? I have come to realize that, okay, nothing is easy unless we make it easy. That things will continue to be tough. That 2023 will continue to be harder. But if you and I make it our goal, that we are going to face it. We're not expecting anything to be easy. We are waiting for things to be hard. That's what we are waiting for. We want things to be hard, and we are ready for it. Make up that mind, that paradigm shift, that mental shift, that you are going to do whatever it takes to get yourself out of the gutter. Whatever it takes to get your family out of that gutter. Whatever it takes to get your future self out of the gutter. If you do that, if you remain in that painful situation, I am telling you, you will by no means fail. You will be standing on your own acre of diamonds. And that brings us to the end, ladies and gentlemen, of the entire Kabuda. I want to take this opportunity to thank